Good morning, our people. Good morning. Today is April the 2nd. Did any of you get the April Fool joke yesterday? Because I didn't. I didn't even know it was April 1st. So it would have worked if anybody called me yesterday. But anyway, welcome to the program. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. What is the other one? The alert notification button. Don't forget to do all the things that we need to do for this message to get out. Welcome to the program. We're excited to see you. We're excited to have you. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. This is another month, and this is a month for us to do even more for our people. People are getting tired, people are getting desperate, people are getting, oh, just name it. So it's for us to give them the strength, to give them the courage, to continue to tell them there is a way out. There is a way out. We do not have to be in this dungeon for the rest of our lives. So let's do what we need to do to get out of this. You know, life is already hard as it is. Why do we need to add additional element to it, right? So today we're going to take you guys on a journey on the same thing that we've been preaching all along. We've been asking if you have superior arguments, please bring it to the table. And so far, there is no argument. They don't even have argument, talk less of superior argument. So if you have something better that can get my people out of this, please come for it. But if you don't, for now, this is the most um, applicable way for us to get out of this. This is the most way that makes the logical way, the way that makes sense for us to get out of it. So join us, continue to share, continue to like, continue to follow, continue to subscribe, and help us to do so throughout the show. We'll be reminding you guys, our viewers. My name is Mona Chimsaga, and I am here in Houston, Texas, and I would like my sister to introduce herself.
Yes, my sister. It's not even just the most logical, it's this most like self-proof, and something that will make our people die less. So and it's error proof as well because it's been tried in places. It follows the it meets the standard, the international standard protocol. We keep telling
Mhm.
you because
According to your former ambassador, too.
exactly. So it's not something that you get into trouble easily with because it's internationally acceptable. So thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, please like, share, subscribe. Are those on YouTube? Is our YouTube on?
Yes.
Please hit the button for us. Share. You're part of this team. So my name is Simon Okube AP, and I'm here in Lexington, Kentucky, bringing you greetings. Please share the greetings with the people. So we'll give you food for thought as we move on. According to this German saying, it's a German saying, it says, a problem shared is a problem halved. This gives the idea that when one is in difficulty, it is useful to talk to someone else about it. Sadly, these days, a problem shared has become a trending topic. Rather than get solutions, people will want to play God. Then issues get more complicated. Victims end up being mocked. Please, let's be more mindful of one another's predicament. Your brother and your sister, be mindful of what they're going through. Be your brother and your sister's keeper. Don't just take people and their problems for granted. That's why you have a lot of depression and suicide because people are going through things and their faces might not show it. So please, let not just follow the trend of sharing what is happening. Think about it also and think whether there are some people in that situation around you that might need help. We don't want people will just sleep and say sleep, he didn't wake up, he died, and nobody will know anything. So please, let's ask more questions. When somebody comes telling you a story or something she's going through or something he's going through, try to show empathy, try to understand and see how you can help so that we can be our brothers and our sisters keeper. Thank you so much. And please sit back while we go through this today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sharing. So let's just take few minutes to share. Help us to get this message across. We are talking about insecurity in Nigeria today, which everybody knows. That is a common theme. It's a common denominator of the day. There's nothing else going on apart from the worst things that can ever happen. You get kidnapped, no helicopter coming from you, even when you're texting, WhatsApp and texting, Instagram and everything else, and you literally watch yourself die. That is the story of the day. So we need to do better. We need to hurry up and get out from this enterprise set up by the British company to take us down. While they're going on vacation, eating breakfast and lunch and dinner, we are reading texts from our sister that cannot save herself. So you can imagine that fear, you can imagine the anxiety of that young one. So continue to help us to share, continue to like, subscribe, hit the button, and all that good stuff that we need to do. And welcome to the program. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, as our topic goes, insecurity in Nigeria is man made and it's a sign of bigger problem to come. Insecurity in Nigeria is man made and a sign of bigger problem to come. So, we are in a dire situation right now. And we know that the British colonial model guarantees domination, control, and subjugation of the natives who make up the labor force. And they do this by forcing all forms of violence, intimidation, and manipulation. While they're there crying for Ukraine, they are there sending pipelines in our behind to blow up in our face. So colonialism, economic hardship, and insecurity that comes with it can no longer be overlooked by Africans or other former British colonies. These colonies and former colonies have suffered enough, and if they move on, it is time for us to remove everything that represents the British enslavement. In case of the indigenous people trap in Nigeria, it shall begin but not limited to the wholesale scrapping of Caliphate British instrument of that 1999 constitution. We saw our brothers and sisters in Haiti, Barbados, Jamaica, and all the islands. They are now working in a way to make sure that they don't want to be part of this colonization anymore because it's still going on, even though we've been told that we have been decolonized. It's not true. So, and the world is waiting for we, especially Nigerians, to wake up and follow suit. As we are doing this, there's even more insecurity going on. People are being killed. Our land and resources are being taken. So as of currently, we know that insecurity and terrorism is a significant challenge to the people of Nigeria. The activities of Boko Haram and the rest of their banditry, because that's what you hear, banditry, kidnapping, and all this kind of nonsense. They have led to the loss of lives and properties in the country, especially in the northern part of Nigeria and now the southern part. Some of these activities we know include bombing. They will bomb the train station. They will turn around and meet you on the roadway. They will come to the airport. It's like they have surrounded some place and about to hand it over to whoever they need to hand it over with. So as we are doing this, we are creating more widows, creating more orphans, making life difficult, having our people live in IDP camps in their own land. Our in their own land, they are living in IDP camps while our people are going around as if nothing is happening. Currently, Nigeria is one of the known as one of the terrorist country of the world and poverty capital of the world. What are we doing? We are dancing online. New moon dance. I go chop your money dance. I go do this one dance. And the sad part is that while it's going on, and our people are being replaced by Fulanis. The indigenous peoples are being replaced by the Fulanis. None of them, none of the attacks and the replacement, they have all gone unanswered. So you can see that our problems are manufactured and can only be solved by all of us, through good men and women that want change and want more for the people. So join us today as we continue to guide the indigenous nationalities through the Nina's pathway to freedom and decolonization. And this is one thing that we've been telling you guys all along. We don't even have time now to start manufacturing any other solution. This has been used, it has been proven, it has worked for other people. You heard our ambassador say that he meets the international standards. He meets everything that is needed for us to get out of that place. We just need to sink in and key in so that we all can say all these things in unison. And the world wouldn't have any choice than to come in and say, hey, okay, Uzguzin. But as long as we are trying to be a leader, fake one, through one, the ones that will take money and lie, the one that will post themselves online while they're praying and using all kind of vulgar tongues, we've seen them all deceiving our people. People sold their soul. People are still trapped in that lies. You know, we have to do better because we have no more time. You can see the world is not coming to your aid. Come and catch, how do you say, come and see us, so they're attacking us, so come and save us. So that's not a strategy. Fortunately for us, Ninas has strategy for us, and as soon as we key into it, we will have reached our destinations before you know it. The good part about all of this is that we have nothing to gain. That's another reason. We have nothing to gain. We are not trying to be your governor so that we can take live in a $10 million houses when we finish being your governor. We have nothing to gain. Our only purpose is for you to live a decent life, for your children to have a decent future. That's it. That is the underlying theme of what we are doing. So if you can appreciate that, if you can understand that, you will begin to sort of key into what we are doing, because we are not doing this for anything. You know, we are not hungry, so you won't see us take money and say, go and pick up your PVC. We are not faking it. You won't see us become a freedom fighter and then turn around and take money and sell their people out and turn yourself in while you're in another country. You won't see us doing that. As mothers, as sisters, as friends, we just want you to be able to live your best life. Here's my neighbor again without her dog. I want you to walk in a neighborhood that is safe and walk your dog back and forth. So this is what it's all about. Sister, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, my sister. That is true. That is true. Our joy is to see our people live a better life. We have seen people in other countries, the type of life they're living. When we believe that we deserve to live that life, and if our people can live that life, the world will be a better place. Yeah, the migration problems and all those crimes and all that's going on, it will be taken care of. So we are not doing this just for our people. We are doing it for the whole world. The world will be a better place if our people are given a home to reside, a befitting home, a good place, not a shithole that they turned it because people are stealing our resources. Please, no. So we're going to get you the first video so that you understand that what we are saying is not just about us, it's all over the world. The first step is to get to the root of what is causing the problem. We said remove everything that reminds Africans and Nigerians of British enslavement. That's the first step to start correcting, removing insecurity, because we know where the insecurity is coming from. It's man-made. It's being created so that resources will be stolen from everywhere. You have two criminal gangs, one coming from the north, one coming from the south. It's about resource control. So if you want to take care of this security, let's get to the basis. Let's replace, like Barbados have done, Jamaica, Haiti, all of them, removing the fingers of colonization so that our people can have a safe home. In fact, the term Commonwealth, I think it should be looked into, because I don't know why you go to people's land, take their resources and say it's Commonwealth. It does not make sense. So please watch and see what is going on. Other people are saying the same thing. Everybody cannot be wrong. Everybody cannot be wrong. Listen, please. Thank you. Please hold on. Be patient. We're trying to put the video. We are going to the root of the problem. If you want to solve a problem and give it a long-lasting solution, get to the root. Stop doing cosmetic management of the problem. a little to the left, a little to the right. Get to the roots. Take care of the roots. All the other things will be taken care of. Even in medicine, if you treat the disease, the symptoms will disappear. So all these things you're seeing, they are symptoms. Treat the main disease and the symptoms will disappear. Okay, go ahead, please, Sister Mona.
Absolutely.
Agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened.
Oh, it's interesting since I know that whole British Empire was a huge participant when it came to slavery. So it's too bad we couldn't get an apology out of it. But let's go ahead and see what CNN had to say. They said that the Duke's remarks came a day after a small group of anti-monarchy protesters gathered in the Jamaican capital of Kingston to demand an apology from Britain. Some chanted apology now, reparations now, while others carried posters and placards reading apologize and let's get current, let's get rid of the rule of the Queen. Here is a clip of some of those protesters.
Protesters demanding the British government pay reparations for slavery and apologize. Despite the protests, William and Kate were welcomed by many across Jamaica. The couple playing soccer and joining in as...
All right, you can actually find this video in its entirety. The point that we're trying to make is that our people are waking up. We are asking the right question. We're saying enough is enough. Allow us to grow at the pace that we should be growing at, given the human resources that is in that geographical space. Allow us to take care of, control our destiny. We know that you guys are no smart, also a man than Fodio. You guys had an agreement to make sure that we never control our future, we never control ourselves, and you'll get us tied. It won't work anymore with this generation. Prince Williams cannot be having children and hanging around and living his best life when you want my people to be trapped in a dungeon somewhere while you're answering Queen. It's no longer enough. We want more for our children. We want better for the future of our children. We want to do more. And as we do this, we'll be able to take care of yourselves. We will not see people at your borders trying to come in. It's only when you go there and throw bombs and it explodes, you want people to sit there. The natural reaction is for them to look for safety. And that's what they're doing. So, and then you turn around and block your borders when you have thrown the bomb and exploded in the area where they're supposed to live. It does not make sense. We cannot continue to work with people that are working against us. We know they don't care about us. We're here being sentimental about how to talk to them and not to talk to them. And kudos to our brothers and sisters in the island standing up to the bully for the first time. This is the first time the British enterprise is coming in and they're getting protesters. Yes, unfortunately, there are still people suffering from Stockholm syndrome. Oh, Queen is here. Let's bow to the Queen. But we that have received our sins back, Queen, you're not welcomed at all. You have represented only pain and misery to us and our people. Nonsense. Go ahead, sister.
I can say that again. They have represented only pain and misery. How will it not be pain and misery when we are enslaved? When we are not allowed to fulfill our capacity as human beings on earth? When our people are driven all over everywhere, there's no place you go, you don't see our people scattered everywhere looking for food to eat. How is that okay? How is that okay? Now, apart from our people scattering everywhere, terrorists are now in our land. After they have made Nigeria a land that you cannot govern, they have made Nigeria a failed state. They sabotage everything that the indigenous people tried to do in their land to make the country work. Even when they made the country not to work, Nigerians worked hard, tried to make it work. What did they do? They sabotaged every effort for them to get leaders that will help them and direct and do the things they're supposed to do. What did they do? They brought leaders that will sabotage everything that the people are meant to do. All the resources. As they're stealing from outside, these leaders are bringing and giving to them and handing over to them, and they're taking. And then insurgency, insecurity, terrorists, because everybody wants a piece of the ice of the cake. It's not only you that wants it. You want the cake. They want the cake too. So everybody is taking anything. At the end, who is suffering? The people. The people, the indigenous people, the owners of the land are the ones suffering and are the ones being scattered all over. Please go ahead, Sister Mona.
Right. And then they want to give you scholarship to stay in a war-torn zone to read. They want to give you scholarship to go to Russia when we know Russia is part of their problems going on in Africa. And all we're saying that we want to be able to remain in our geographical space and take care of our children. We want to be able to sit there and develop technology. We want to be able to sit there and come in a competition where you, the Chinese, the Indians, the Russians are doing competition and compete at our own capability. Is that too much to ask for? No. But you know what? When I think about it, though, I blame our people because they are so backward that they don't understand where we're going. So we're going to play this video for us to sort of take you guys along the lines of these people that are partnering with our enemies to make sure that nothing comes out of our land, to make sure that we don't take care of our children, to make sure that we continue to go to the Mediterranean Sea to drown ourselves, because that's another way to commit suicide. All because we can't take it anymore.
So, Raj, let me help you there. Befitting mansions built for them by the state government in their state capital and either in Lagos or Abuja. And the minimum recommended is a 5-bedroom house. Then furniture allowance for befitting furniture of the aforementioned property, and this furniture will be changed every 3 to 4 years. 100 million as gratuity, 100% of current basic salary of the incumbent and deputy. That is full salary for former governor for life. Brand new Jeeps and Hiluxes, which will be replaced every 3 years. 300% basic salary for car maintenance. 300% of basic salary for utilities, NEPA, water. 5 million monthly to pay for steward, cook, driver, personal aid, and security. Female security is also required for spouses. 100% of basic salary for entertainment. Medical allowances within the country and overseas for an unspecified number of family members for life. And it even applies to those who have more than one wife.
My dear, did you listen to this atrocity? How will these people agree to change the system? How? They are benefiting from it. And that's what we're telling our people. That if you are waiting for these people that are benefiting from this rot to come and help you, it will not work. I will call them again. The caliphate, the elites, the Fulani elites, the ones that are opening our borders. Because what we're saying is not just to accuse people, no. Evidence, picture evidence, video evidence, everything that are there for you to go and dig out. The ones that sabotage the system of Nigeria and open their borders for their cousins that are not indigenous to come in and take everything and then kill our people, not east, not west, middle belt, blood everywhere. Who is causing it? Why is it going on that way? The people that are benefiting from the rot, the caliphate, the politicians, the southern politicians, the politicians generally, because they agree on this. Why do they agree on this? This video that we showed you now. Something that gives them that's open check to go anywhere and have for them to be treated, their family, their friends, in any hospital in the world. Tell me, what will now be the motivation for them to build your hospitals in your country? There's no motivation. Their children can go anywhere. They are living large at the expense of your death. We said that the part of their partners are the church people, the people in religion, Islam, Christians. They are the church leaders are working with the politicians to make sure, because these politicians do not work alone. It's their church leaders that pray for them and campaign for them in their churches. So they will give them tithes at the end. They will come and give them money offering to thank them for helping them to get into the position where they loot the resources of the people. There goes your hospital money. There goes your school money. There goes the money to build infrastructure to create jobs for your people. Another group are the traditional rulers that are being paid from this system. Before, traditional rulers were not on salary, but now they're on salary by this Fulani federal government of Nigeria. How will they work for you to receive to be better? Another group are the social influencers, the musicians, the one that sing for these criminals. They keep singing for them. Yes, so these politicians, because they give them money to sing. Can't you see? They're not singing out of creativity like people like Fela. People like Fela will look at the society and say, this is not okay. Fela will actually investigate, understand, and begin to speak and sing like a prophet. Some of the things that Fela sang about that are happening today. Why? Because he investigated and understood before singing. These ones, they don't do any investigation. All they do is any politician or any criminal give them money. They are singing like canary. It's about making money. But at the end, what is going on? The people are dying. So the ignorant leaders that we've had also help these colonial masters to do what they are doing. Some people call them colonial monsters. So you can see what the caliphate is doing. They will, like, something happened again now. It's been on for some time. They are retiring all the high-ranking officers, military high-ranking officers from South and Middle Belt. You see all the hijacks, like my sister mentioned. They hijack the plane, they hijack the train. The next thing they will do is coup. You will hear coup in Aso Rock. You will hear these Fulani elites that are saying that they are leading you. You think it's politics. It's not politics. They will hand over the key to these their cousins that are coming in, and they will tell you it's coup. You will not know that they have changed all the military. The military has been changed. There's no southern military that knows where Arsenal, where the armory is. Nigerian armory. Go and check it. Nigerian armory. There is no southern military. High ranking, like I told you, first of all, they retired them. Then the next thing, they have replaced them. They are just figureheads. They have replaced them with their Fulani people. Go and check. This is not just talking. As we talk, go and check. They are the ones in charge of the armory in your land and in your region. There is something going on. There is something coming. They are coming in. They are closing in on us. This is not a joke. This is not hate speech against the tribe. No. Go and check your evidence as we talk. Please go and check. Look at the names and the origin, where they came from. Then you will begin to understand. The insecurity is man-made. It's calculated. There is a serving military that just said something on TV. He said that the insecurity, we should ask the commander-in-chief. For a serving military officer to be on TV, national TV, and say this type of thing, there is more going on that our people need to understand. He said we should ask the commander-in-chief, who is commander-in-chief? Buhari, that he's the one sabotaging Nigerian military. He is the one sabotaging the security in Nigeria. That's why you have insecurity everywhere. And it's geared towards a purpose. Look at this picture that my sister put up. You see, everywhere is covered. These people are within a striking distance. That's what we're telling you. They are closer than you can imagine. And you know what? Our people have lost control. Our so-called leaders have lost control. Nigeria is a failed state, not because we want to speak negative about a country. No, it's the fact. Go and investigate. Please, Sister Amuna, can you play the other video where the guy, because some people, when we talk, they'll say, oh, the National Assembly, let them pass law, let them do. They have lost control. They have lost control. Nobody is in charge anymore. Nigeria is a failed state. But who is doing it? It is man-made. That's what we're saying. It's intentional. Check and see the facts that are there. They're not hidden. It's only those that want to be myopic, those that don't want to look. The more they look, the less they see, because you're not looking with your brain. If you look with your brain, you understand what is going on. I think it's that one that you almost played. That guy in a suit is that's the National Assembly. So it's to show our people that your so-called representatives have lost control. The killing is going on. Can you find it? It's next to that one. Is it not playing?
No, it's not. Can you send it?
So the killing that you're seeing is intentional. The insecurity you're seeing is intentional. It's not just happening because people want to say something or do something. These things are calculated. They are calculated and they are doing it. They have a purpose. When you hear a plane being hijacked or train being hijacked,
it's part of the plan.
It's part of the plan. So please stop looking at things and say, oh, it's politics. Oh, let's go and get our PVC. Nigeria is under attack. That's what we're telling you. Better get your leaders, your so-called governors and all that, to open their eyes so that they will join what the people are saying. Have you seen it? I resent it. Please listen to him.
Oh, my people, I feel for you guys. If you guys only knew. This information is so important that Facebook is doing all they can to block it, because they are part of the paid agents to make sure that we remain in darkness. So begin to share this at your churches, everywhere there is a gathering. We keep saying that God has gathered us already. We just have to make use of that gathering and stop using it for sewing uniforms. Share this important information, because you guys get it one day. You think it's random that they stop train. You will not be allowed to come out of your house.
Support the motion. I'm Smart Adeyemi, and I represent the good people of Kogi West. And like Mr. President, we attest to it. I personify the masses of this country. And each time I speak from the language of the man on the street. Mr. President, insecurity is a serious problem today in Nigeria. And there comes a time when you cannot but speak the truth, irrespective of the sentiments you may share. Today, Mr. President, all of us have been threatened. Our families, our nation, our state. Order. A lot has been said this morning, Mr. President, and I want to thank you for giving us time to speak expressly on this issue. Like my sister was saying, there comes a time when talk will talk itself. There comes a time when truth will become like a torchlight in the midst of silence. So we are forced to talk. Mr. President, we need not run away from the fact that more than ever before in the history of our nation, this is the worst instability we are facing. In fact, this is worse than the Civil War. Mr. President, the solution is very simple. Today, there are a lot of misgiving, a lot of misinterpretations of what is happening. Some people believe, some people in government are supporting this move. Some people believe, some people sponsor those who are destabilizing our nation within the country. The answer is very simple. We cannot pretend that we are capable of confronting the situation in our hands. America, as powerful as they are, when the pandemic came, got to a point that China had to claim, they came to their rescue. We shouldn't pretend that we needed foreign support now. Let nobody deceive us, Mr. President. A lot of billions of naira have been voted for security services. Nothing is coming out of it. We wouldn't wait until our nation gets bombed. Let us shout and call for foreign support. I am a big APC man and I've been supporting my party. But the president should get to know that it has gotten to a point that we who are supporters, who are members of the APC, we can no longer keep quiet. The president must rise to the occasion. You will not see the truth and you are going to say that. We must open, Mr. President. The nation is on fire. The president must rise to the occasion. It costs us nothing to get foreign support. We must rise to the occasion. We must bring in people to save this country, or else we will be consumed. Every one of us will have a chapter for history. Whenever the history of this period will be written, whatever is our position, we have a chapter. We cannot keep quiet any longer. It has gotten to a point that we cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. We are not free. Our children are not free. The president must rise to the occasion. There is no nation that is so powerful that doesn't need support of other nations. Individual cannot say you will leave the world without any other person with you. So we must rise. The situation is our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria in African nations. Today, we are facing serious problem. If our nation is to survive this period, I'm not in doubt that the security architecture we have today cannot cope with what we are facing. Every part of this country is threatened. From the north to the south, nobody is safe. Nobody can travel 50 kilometers in our nation. I feel like shedding tears for a country that we grew up. Let nobody harass you when you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri. I done it in time past. Today I cannot travel from here to Kaduna to Niger State where I was born. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation. This is my position, Mr. President. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we're not here. That's what I'm seeing here. People are dying. Every day Nigerians are dying. We must learn to the occasion. As for me, Mr. President.
It's affecting everyone. Everybody is dancing and removing shirts. It's affecting everyone. On Friday, they didn't go to school in Abuja because they say keep your children at home because these people have taken over air, taken over train, taken over even road. They say keep your children at home. Abuja, seat of power. Yet we had years of warning, telling our people, this is what is coming. These people are coming. Terrorists are coming to take over Nigeria. The day you will hear Aso Rock is taking over, know that you have entered Afghanistan style. And that is why we say, go and warn your governors in your states. There is a plan on the table to protect the people for this danger that is coming. From Northeast, there's some people that heard them killing in Kaduna. I heard there's a video that was going around. Oh, they're killing us. This is what is going on. Do you know what is going on? They are wiping 80 Hausa communities that is linking the North and Middle Belt. So once they wipe those ones, they have a thoroughfare to Middle Belt. They have Middle Belt. They have some killing in Northwest and Northeast, but there are some about 80 Hausa communities in between They are being cleared out as we speak. And do you know what El-Rufai said? El-Rufai said they should be bombed. They're his cousins, so these are the people that brought them in. But now they have lost control. You heard the man saying, we have lost control. That man speaking in this video is APC, the ruling party. They said they've lost control. Everybody should stay at home. Have you seen how you go and gamble with criminals, gamble with terrorists, and then they take over your, like you're giving monkey banana. And the monkey takes your hand and the banana along.
Chop fast.
Chop everything together. That is what is happening, my people. That is what is
and
happening.
we're speaking English, dancing in the church, praying and fasting. New music coming out, new videos coming out, new this coming out. Ooh, you guys just don't know. You guys just don't know.
These people are forcefully resettling their people in your land. They're killing off everyone. You heard the president of Niger Republic just visited and they're having meetings. What do you think they're discussing? They will annex the northern part of Nigeria if anything happens. Nigeria can go. Nigeria is being shared. Take here, take here. You were there where they took some part of Nigeria in the south. I say Bakassi, Cameroon. They shared that one and went. Now, that northern part that they call Sharia territory is close to Niger Republic. Why did Amechi build rail from Kano to Maradi, Niger Republic? Why is he connecting that? Why is he making all those connections? My people think now, look at all the systems they have built in Kaduna, all those northern places. What do you think is going on? They will annex the Sharia territory. They have already finished their plans. All those rich arable lands, they have plans for them. The only one that does not know what is going on is you in the south, southeast, southwest, south, middle belt. You are the only one that is looking and seeing less rather than look and see more. We're telling our people, wake up. Wake up. The game is over. No amount of prayer and fasting will deliver this one. It's strategy. Strategy is what will deliver this. Meanwhile, you heard that man in a video saying the international people should come and take over. They are already there. The people we call the international stakeholders, they are aware and they have changed their policies regarding Nigeria. The only people not awake are Nigerians. They are very much aware. All these things that you see, press release, Nina's doing, all the videos, they get to them direct. They are already moving in the direction of the emerging nations. Okay, why is America building consulate general?
The biggest in the world.
The biggest in the world. Consulate, the biggest consulate in the world. $500 million, over $500 million in Lagos, Eco Atlantic. Not Abuja. They left Abuja. They went back to Eco Atlantic, Lagos, to build over $500 million dollars. What? Look at this massive structure. Look at this. Does it look like people that are playing? We told you that the international stakeholders already understand where we're going. You're the only one not listening because you're making noise and shouting. This is 21st century. This is not where we fight with a gun inside bush and bottle. Use brain to work. We are telling our people to wake up. Wake up. People have moved on. This is the biggest in the world. Can't you see Oduduwa Nation emerging? Are you not seeing it? I have a cousin, whether they have $10 billion or $1 million project in Lagos. America is sending them in. Because like we told you people, They had meeting with Ninas. Extensive meeting, 6 months, from January 2019 to about June, July, and began to change their policies. They knew these things before, but they needed the last dot to connect. Something was not connecting. So they invited Ninas while you were making noise and shouting. They invited Ninas because they don't have time to work with terrorists. We told you, if you are making noise and becoming a terrorist, no international community will discuss with you. Who wants to discuss with a terrorist that is calling for destruction rather than discuss with somebody that is speaking the language that understand, just calmly and explaining things to people? You will want to discuss with people like that. And that is what Ninas have done to themselves. They gathered themselves, looked at the case, examined it, made that like the way you're supposed to be. I know the longest time in this platform, even before we met Ninas, we said we don't want our people to be negotiating under the table without intelligence. We said we have resources in our land. We want you to be on the table where decisions are being made. But you need to organize yourself. Even in my culture, I say, all this being in the bush and running up and down like terrorists will not help you. You are only demeaning yourself and your people. The people you're discussing with want to discuss with you on the table, seated, with your documents, with your evidence. This is what Ninas has done. Bringing all the indigenous peoples together under one umbrella. Everyone that is fighting and crying one marginalization or the other, they brought them together. They spent money to gather them together and say, what are your grievances? This one is saying, this one is saying, this one. About 164 ethnic nationalities. They were gathered there in each region. And then after that, they had national solemn assemblies. In 2015, they had solemn assembly in Port Harcourt. In 2017, they had solemn assembly for Southwest in Ibadan. In 2018, they had solemn assembly at Makurdi, so that the people can put their heads together. What were they doing? Repudiating the 1999 constitution because it was imposed. They did not make it. And that is the source of all the trouble, insecurities, failed state, everything that you're seeing. That's the source of it. So if you look at this, what my sister put up, you see, this map broke Nigeria into 4. Look at what is written. And these are based on the facts on the table. The green part is the Sharia territory. We did not make them to pass Sharia. They passed the Sharia law by themselves. And by passing Sharia law in a secular nation, what you did is you're committing treason against the rest of the people. You have seceded. You are the secessionist. Because Nigeria is supposed to be a secular federation. What did you do? You introduced Sharia law. Even that 19th constitution, as flawed as it was, said that nobody will pass state law in any of the states. But you did not pass it only in one state. You passed it in 12 contiguous states. That means you have a plan to cut out this whole green area and add it to wherever you want to add it. You are the one committing treason. You are the secessionist. Those that passed Sharia law in the 12 northern contiguous states are the secessionists. And we can see what the people are doing now. Now you're hijacking plane, you're hijacking train, you are hijacking road and killing our people. We are only defending our people. We are only here for self-determination because you have already done your own self-determination. You look at the purple place, the middle belt. That's a block. They've been told to move on with their charter of relationship. Why? Because we have done constitutional force majeure. We did constitutional force majeure. What's the meaning of constitutional force majeure? We told you people here severally that the constitution is a social contract. And there are terms and conditions for a social contract. If any partner refuses to meet the terms and conditions, then the document is null and void. So they did not only pass Sharia law, they began to kill and massacre our people. What do you expect us to do? Sit down and watch for you to kill us? and finish us? No. That's self-defense. In self-defense, we went for considered force majeure. And because of that, the people in Middle Belt are now able to begin to do their charter of relationship. Why? Because that area is heterogeneous. They have different peoples there. The people in Southwest, the blue place, the Yorubas, are able to move on and begin to develop their land. That is why you're seeing American embassy moving to that area, because it's more stable. Then the people in Brown, the Lower Niger Congress, is also a heterogeneous area. We have a lot of peoples, like different peoples, Ibibio, Igbo, Anang, all of the people there. So they need charter of relationship. This is why we tell people that say Biafra, Biafra. We say Biafra is a done deal. We used it 1967. All the people that were with you in that Biafra have moved on. So it's not a legal entity anymore. So you need to go back to your ancestral land and then begin to defend your land from your land, not another person's land. If you try to go to another person's land, you become a terrorist because you're trying to hijack other people's land. You will not be allowed to do that. UN will not allow you to do it. This is why we talk to our people. We keep telling you, please, we are in the 21st century. Stop doing things the way like bush people. People are busy going around burning down their land, burning down the little assets they have, killing their own people, burning down schools, local government, destroying everything, their economy, the economy of their people. The economy of Alibo is being destroyed, and somebody thinks it's okay. Now my sister is pulling up an interesting picture. We told our people that there are certain things you can't do anymore in this present situation. We know that we have a genuine case. We have a genuine case. And as a result, we don't need to become terrorists, killing other people, destroying people's land, burning houses to get what we want. UN already made that declaration in 2007. 2007. UN made that declaration and said that you, as an indigenous people, that you have the right to self-determination. However, you must be on your ancestral land. Igbo man being on Igbo land. Ijaw man being on Ijaw land. Yoruba man being on Yoruba land. Now, there are some people that, due to whether ignorance or criminality, have been inciting violence in the name of they are trying to get freedom for their people. It's not only in Igbo side that we had the problem. Yorubas had it. But what did the people of Yoruba nation do? They did not even join hand with him. This is Adeyinka grandson. So it's not only you that had somebody that was inciting violence. Yoruba nation had it. This guy was calling for the extermination of Igbos and other tribes in Yoruba nation. So in his mind, he's trying to get Yoruba nation. But there are rules and regulations, that internationally stipulated protocol that you have to follow. Nobody's saying that you will not get your nation, but you must follow the guideline. You cannot become a terrorist to the rest of the people. In this one of our shows, we read about 42 articles, UN articles, telling you how to go about it if you need self-determination for your people. Becoming a terrorist is not part of it. This guy kept calling for the extermination of this and doing that, talking all sorts of things on social media. What did the Yoruba people do with him? They refused to identify with him. The right-thinking Yoruba people, the educated Yoruba people, those that know the rules, refuse to identify with him. Are you hearing about him anymore? Is he still on social media making noise? No. Why? Because he has been arrested and jailed, now jailed 4.5 years. This guy was making posts encouraging attacks against certain ethnic groups in Nigeria. What happened? How did he get into it? Members of the public tipped counter-terror police the unit called Counter-Terrorism Internet Referral Unit. That's the unit in charge. Members of they send messages with evidence about the posts that he's making, targeting certain ethnic groups in Nigeria. As a result, they went into investigation and started doing so many things. Some people we know today are not only making threats, they are carrying it out. Killing police officers, killing soldiers, burning things down, and we will be begging them as mothers on this show, say, please, stop. This is not way to go. This is not the direction to go. There is no sensible bloc that we allow war to come to their region because they want self-determination or they want freedom. No. See the case of Northeast. What happened in Northeast? About 2 million people have been displaced. Has ICC done anything about it? There is bureaucratic delay. Okay, let's tell you an example. This woman in ICC, she's a prosecutor from Gambia. I think her name is Bensouda or something like that. She was the one in charge of investigating the conflict in Northeast and Northwest. Since 2010, the woman came in 2012. She just finished her tenure, 2021. So ICC investigated the conflict in Northeast and Northwest for 10 years. 10 years. Why people were dying? We are saying this for people that are saying they are killing us, come on, they are killing us. You will die, nobody will come. Not East, not South. ICC, they began the investigation. 10 years. Why people were dying. Do you know how they finished? When they now finished, they just came out. They concluded their investigation on 2020. That's when they finished the investigation. Why people were dying? My people, do you know what they said? They said, we believe Boko Haram and its splinter groups and Nigerian security forces committed war crimes and crime against humanity through murder, rape, sexual slavery, torture, forced pregnancy, forced marriage, enslavement. And they said, so in conclusion, and people listen to the conclusion because this one is more interesting. They said, we encourage Nigerian governments to do the needful. He said, because ICC is working on 20 other nations with genocide cases. And you know what? Our resources are limited, if even worsened by COVID-19. And the woman has handed over. So now that she has left, she has finished her tenure, a new person will come and want to investigate and read and say, and take maybe another 5 years to read, to understand what the first person did. And then come and say, hey, Nigerian government, how far? Have you done that thing we say we should do? Nigeria will say, oh, we have changed the government that was around when that position was done. Now it's a new government. So what were you saying? Do you say we should do what? Told our people, anarchy is not the way forward. You will kill yourself and nobody will come. 3.5 million died in Biafra genocide. Today, the world has not even recognized it. Over 3.5 million. 2 million children starved to death. Which one will be worse than that? Till today, the world has not recognized it. And you're there burning your land and burning your spaces and say you're killing us, they're killing us, come on, come on. Nobody will come. You will die. They will bury you. Highest, they will put you in mass grave. And life will continue. We have shown you that the people in Southwest are moving on with their lives. You're busy collapsing your economy in your region and clapping hands. Let's sit at home. Let's sit at home. You don't even understand what is going on. Our people, what Yorubas, we need to learn from other people. What the Yorubas are doing shows you that each block is moving on. This one is if you destroy your own block, Yoruba nation will move forward. And they already have a lot of assets. And they have stability. They understood Nina's proposition. And they maintained stability in their region. And they are building. We told you that this type of self-determination is the self-determination you get by building up your region, not burning it down. This is 21st century. The Yorubas, by not identifying with Adeyinka, have agreed that the lives of over 60 million Yoruba people are more important than the life of one man. In our people, in our land, what are we doing? The struggle that we are in, that we embarked to free about 40 million people, you people collapsed it because you don't want to think straight. We'll see what Soludo will do in Anambra State, because Soludo has been dining with the devil. He was using long spoon to dine with the devil. Let's see how he will maneuver this one. Let's know whether the spoon, the devil will swallow him with the spoon, or he will be able to come out. Because we warned our politicians all this while. We say, this is what is going on. No, don't follow this route. No, they wanted to do politics. They wanted to use the boys, use them to win election. What has happened? They are now in hot soup. This is the video that my sister pulled up here, that we are showing you that Southwest block, because we showed the different blocks, they are moving on. They understood Nina's proposition and are moving on with it. They are following that guideline stipulated by UN. Look at what, this is a city in Lagos, not in Dubai, not in London. This is the Lagos, Nigeria, where you are living and burning down your region because you have failed to listen. My dear, please play a little bit because it gladdens my heart. When I see development, I say, yep, this is what we're talking about.
What's up, guys? How are you doing today? It's Ty I Know here again, and today I'm joined by the beautiful Jojo Lara, and we're currently at Eco Atlantic City. And we're going to be showing you one of the most expensive apartments in Eco Atlantic City. So say hi to my people.
Hi guys, my name's Jojo Lara, as he said, and I'm head of corporate communications here at Eco Atlantic. And I'm really excited to show you some of the new stuff that we've had going on.
First thing I noticed as I came in here was the marina. Last time I was here, it was like there was no water.
Yeah, so the marina has officially opened. Unfortunately, we did have to delay the official launch, so that will be coming up soon. But why don't I show you one of the apartments?
Guys, let's go and check out the apartment.
So this is the 4-bedroom. As you can see, you have your dining area. It's open plan. This is the living area, the bar. Obviously, clients can decorate to their own specification. So with this apartment, you get spectacular views. You have the view of Takwa Bay. You have the view of the Atlantic Ocean, and then of course the marina, which is what Azuri is. Azuri is famous for the marina.
The marina, yeah, I've been hearing.
All right. So the point that we're trying to make is that while you're burning down your zone, while you're worshiping one person, while you're going to church and fasting and praying, the other blocks, they are moving on. People are investing in their space. America is investing $500 million for a consulate office. So you can see.
$500 million, my dear, you're right, $500 million.
Oh, yeah, $500 million.
Over $500 million.
My dear, it made my head big and then it came back down. You're right. So while you're busy turning your land into Afghanistan, people are moving on. People are doing the needful. People are understanding the proposal. They are not there to worship no man. We keep reminding you guys that we are all stakeholders in all of this. All our lives depend on us getting this thing right. So we cannot at this point afford to even put it on any person that we don't know, including if there's God there that is against us. We don't want to collapse our collective self-determination onto his hands. We have to do better. We must do better. Time waits for nobody. So stop burning down our space. Stop burning down things. There's strategy on the table to get this work done. All you have to do is to key in. Ignorance is not a strategy. Nke aka ntị ji awa strategy. Nke social media photoshopping, they are killing us is a strategy. And how we are telling you guys so because it won't be because I know so many people that came back when we are telling them that the place they were going, there's no road. They were calling us name all of a sudden. Oh, sister me, forgive me, that will not pass. So it's not enough. It's not enough for you to ignorantly and arrogantly destroy things and then you want to come back and say forgive us, especially when lives are lost. Forgive me, it's not going to work. Not anymore. It's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. Instead of investing in our land and doing better, we are destroying the little ones that we have out of ignorance. It's no longer enough, my people. It's no longer enough. Sister, go ahead.
We have said it all. I see. The vice that Torah Amara Atolo Feke. We have come here as mothers, as sisters, as daughters of the land to plead with our people. You're not the only one that has hot blood. We have people that have hot blood, even hotter blood in some other blocks, but they chose to listen. Look at Middle Belt, for instance, the way they are killing them. Their people should be full of hot blood, but they are paying attention because they know that what is happening to them is happening to other people. It's an entire space thing. Even other parts of the world, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, everywhere is the same problem, starting from people trying to steal the resources of other people, collapsing their government structure so that it's easy for them to steal. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. It's resource control. Mm-hmm. So why do you want to make yourself a scapegoat? Why do you want to now make yourself as if it's something else? Just because you're very narrow-minded. You're very myopic. We try to talk to you. Listen. And we're addressing our women, please. Mothers, wives, daughters. Warn your men. Warn your men that have refused to listen, especially Igbo men. Let me be calling them Igbo men. Daughters of the land, warn your husbands. Their blood is too hot. And it's hot without brain. If your blood is hot and you have brain, we will direct you where to go. But without brain, you tell yourself lie, believe the lie, and be spreading it. Thinking that one day everybody will agree with the lie that you're spreading. No, the world knows better now. Other people understand. And this is why we are warning people that we are some of our friends in Yoruba land. Some initially did not understand. We told them, he said, you can't turn your land. You can't allow anarchy in your land. There is no space for it in Nina's project. Some of them called us in person. We tried to explain to them. If you identify with a terrorist group, you will destroy your genuine struggle. We all have genuine case in the world. Mm-hmm. At UN, the case we have, self-determination case, is a genuine case, and it is our right. However, there are protocols. You have internationally acceptable standard practice. There is a way you will do it, one after the other. No need to kill anyone. No need to be killed. This is 21st century. The world understands things better now. Thank God for internet. So you cannot use it as an excuse that, oh, they're killing us, then you two will start killing and eating human beings. Oh. What is that? What does that mean? Please, Ndibo, mothers of the land, wives, daughters, warn your fathers, warn your husbands. We know some of them did not go to school, and even those that went to school did not get educated, because we have some of them in class. All they want is to copy and then write the exam and have doctorate degree. If you now ask them, what did you study? The brain is not synchronizing with what the certificate. They have certificate of professor. They are professor, they are doctor, they are all the things, engineer, lawyers, everything. One of our friends told one lawyer that you went to night school. Because if a lawyer does not understand that the constitution is the nation, that's the beginning. Like,
that's the basic.
That's the basic. That means which law school did you go to? If you don't understand that the nation, that the constitution is the nation, if you put down the constitution, you have put down the nation. Then you begin to rebuild. So what did you study? Some of us might begin to ask. So what it means is that you went to school, but school did not go through you. You copied and memorized and then passed the exam and got the grade. You did not allow what you were studying to enter inside you so that you can apply it.
You know why? Because their only goal was to come out and intimidate their people with their degree.
Yes, I say
it wasn't to use it to help their people. Yes.
You know who I am? I'm Dr. So. I'm barrister so. I'm professor so. In our profess, in our profess, when you cannot read simple document that is in front of you and understand it. So what are you professing? So please, gone are the days where you intimidate people with your academic titles. That's what we want to work with our market women, those in the motor parks, because please don't be intimidated when they come speaking English. Tell them to say what they're telling you in Igbo language so that it makes sense to you. Because we cannot be intimidated anymore. English language is just a language. It's not a show of intelligence.
Just a mean of communication. That's
yes,
it.
Means of communication.
It doesn't mean
no, it's just like speaking Igbo. So if anybody comes speaking maybe vocabulary that they memorized, say, calm down. Say this thing that you said now in simple language so that we can have a communication, a conversation. And then those that like throwing tantrums, please stop throwing tantrum. There's nothing that you will make your eyes so big that will be afraid of you, that your eye is too big and like, hey, you're making noise. No, stop. We are all stakeholders in our need. We are stakeholders in this whole area. So stay in your lane and we stay in our lane. We must have conversation. You have no choice on this matter because you are not more Igbo than some of us. We will talk about it. You will not hold an Igbo hostage. You will not hold an Igbo hostage and suddenly think that your shouting will make any difference. No, you better learn from our Adeyinka grandson. We are not intimidated. There's a time some people will come on this our show and start telling us, showing us gun, that they will do this. You have seen an example of what could happen to you. You remember when they deport you? Hey, Buhari is waiting for you at home. Living in diaspora and sponsoring the carnage going on in Southeast and Igbo. Better be careful. You better be careful because something coming for you might be bigger than you. And ignorance is not an excuse in law. The law hand might be slow at coming. Some people say, oh, Adeyinka has been talking for 10 years. Oh, this person is not talking. This has been... They will investigate and be sure. So as we speak, you might not know that you're already being investigated. And they will not come to your door until they finish. So if they have not called you and 5 years has passed, don't think that reports are not going in your name. And one day you will hear that knock that you don't want to hear on your door.
And it will be the day that you did not expect.
And it will be the day that you didn't expect. You might be out doing sports, they will get you there. You might be anywhere. So those of you that you hide under your wife's bed and you're there terrorizing our people and saying all manner of things, there is a strategy on the table to get us what we want, so you don't have excuse. And all these international stakeholders are discussing with Ninas. They are in discussion. They invited Ninas. While you were busy making noise and terrorizing people and threatening people, they invited Ninas to discuss with them. And based on that discussion, they are changing policies. This movement of American embassy, it will remind you of what they did when Trump was in charge. When they moved the American embassy to Jerusalem, other people were busy making noise. America just moved. So the feedback we are getting is that they told us that they are moving already. They are making their policies because they will not collapse because your Nigeria is collapsing. America is their interest. So they are moving on. You better move on because other blocks are also moving on. Please go ahead, my sister.
All right. So one of the things that we do here is to show you the way forward, because we can talk and talk and talk and talk. What do you want to get out of this? What do we need to do to get to our destination? We have said time and time again that there is a strategy on the table. There is no need to kill yourself. There is no need to destroy your land. There is no need to be praying and fasting. When you're supposed to be getting a job by going online, ETIG application, ETIG online, they will call you, get a job. You don't need to pray and fast. If we put things in place, you should be sleeping and the Lord should be working for you. That's the kind of nation that you want. That even if you're not there to man people coming in and out, things that have been put in place will do the job for you. It's a no-brainer. I've told my sister, I said, even if we don't know how to do it, can we just look at all the countries or all the nations and see which one works and just copy and paste it in our space so we can live a better life? It's not that difficult. Come out of the bush, drop the bottles, drop the whatever, drop it, stop running around, come out. It's okay. There are things that we can do to get where we're going. So I'm gonna play this video. It's just a mini video just to give you an idea of some of the things that we need to do as indigenous peoples.
Behind the Middle Belt killings is Caliphate ethnic cleansing. Behind Niger Delta agitation is Caliphate seizure of oil and gas. Behind Biafra and Odu agitation, Caliphate imposed unitary Nigeria. Behind the Caliphate itself is the rogue 1999 Constitution. Elections 2023 is Caliphate push to retain the 1999 fraud. Nigerians, say no to any further election in the country. Let's take down the 1999 Constitution and save our people and our land.
So what are we saying in essence? Close shop. For those that doesn't understand too much talk, close shop. We can no longer, if these politicians, these criminal politicians that are waiting to collect gratuity in perpetuity within themselves and their wives and their second wives and their 100 wives and all their family members, you can see they don't have any good thing in their heart for you. They are not for you at all. They are just a business partner doing the biddings of our colonizers, and at the end, they will be rewarded handsomely. What is there for us? Hunger. Izuri. People being burnt alive for little trivial things. Oh, they stole a phone, they stole a cow, they stole a goat, a bagoko. When somebody is spending billions on furnitures and all those kind of things, we have to tell these people, close shop. These people are in our neighborhoods. They are our brothers, they are our sisters. And again and again and again, we have been grouped in so many organizations. This is the first time. I know you guys been using it. We know you've been living that. But there is a time like this. Those groups, God went ahead and have you form it now uniform now for a time like this. For you to start sharing this good news of liberation, this good news of self-determination, this good news so that because the only reason why you're really went to because you're depressed. There is no responsible adult. It does not make sense. You're singing that song out of depression. And the reason why we're depressed is because of 1999 Constitution. And we have come up with a way that we can end that madness. We have come up with a way. Just let's join hands and end this. We are not hungry. You're not going to see us on YouTube talking about doing the right thing because somebody gave us money, or people that gave us money will call and threaten us, and then we'll start singing different songs. We are not going to tell you we are freedom fighters and now we are saying go and get your PVC to go and join APC. You will never hear us say that, something like that. We are consistent in all our ways. Consistent. We want freedom for our people. And we will not be sold. Cha cha cha. You will not hear could you hang up, but a divergent idea that will take you somewhere else. If you have something better than what we have, bring it to the table. And if you don't, please key in. Join the chorus. Thank you. Go ahead, my sister.
And we can take calls. Those that have anything to say, add, or questions to ask. There's series of Aladima conferences. We've had our brother here, Tony Wisi, that is the convener. He has come here severally to invite us to that. So our people, Ndibo, are having conversation because we must have conversations. Some people say, oh, we have a strategy. It's Biafra. We have a strategy. My dear, your strategy does not meet international standard. Do you hear that English? There is a standard. So you can't go under your table and be manufacturing what you feel like manufacturing and think you can force the international community to accept it. It is what it is. They have their standard and they have their protocol. If you have brain, you start by going to find out what that is, and then you can follow in line. Why do you want to waste your time and waste the blood of Igbo people when you know that it's preventable? We can't prevent our people from dying. Ignorance is not an excuse. And no matter how long you promote evil, it will not one day turn to good. What is wrong is wrong, and what is right is right. Lie is lie. Truth is truth. If you continue to steal other people's proposals, that's called plagiarism. You don't have right to it. You're not the original creator of it. Even when you're ignorant and you're ignorantly committing the crime, highest is that you might not be killed, but you know what? You will pay for your crimes. So please, let's stop going further on this wrong route. If there's anybody calling, I'll stop talking. Call. You can use our link to come in. You can make your contribution. We want to hear from you. We want you to ask questions. But you need to ask questions. You don't assume that you know what you're doing. You don't assume that you're doing the right thing. You will do investigation. Find out what I'm doing. What is the legality? What am I supposed to do? A lot of our people, even the people that call themselves lecturers, academics, professors, they're so ignorant when it comes to self-determination and the rule of law. They're so ignorant.
It's sad.
Nobody will reward your sentiment. Nobody will reward your emotion. Oh, you're emotional, you're sentimental, you're shouting, you're making noise. Somebody is pacifying you by giving you pacifier. My sister will say, when they mention Biafra, you say pacifier, you suck and you sleep. That is not
that is not a strategy. Right?
That's not a strategy.
All right, call out your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. Good evening to listeners. Good evening to the host of this very meeting today.
Please, a volume.
I greet each and every one of us. My name is Daniel Luso, calling from Akwa Ibom. I just want to make a contribution to what they have been saying, what everyone has been listening, and also what the host of the meeting have been saying. We're talking about insecurity, how it is man-made, especially what we're experiencing today in Nigeria. To look at how insecurity was nurtured, how people were trained, how people were encouraged because of one political means or the interest or the other, right from 2009, when we started experiencing insecurity in the northern part of Nigeria, how we saw foreign mercenaries that were used for political reasons to fight against the interests of the South. And today, this is where we are, that nobody is being spared. Nobody is being spared of it. In the north, east, west, south, every corner, everybody's life is at risk. Any day you wake up to see a new day is something that you want, appreciating, thanking God, because people are dying. We've heard of the story of the nurse that died, the deputy governor that was killed. Their tribe, their religion was inconsequential. What was necessary for those people is how to cause fear, how to be able to kidnap and make money out of it. But we are saying this because it has come to our doorstep. It is not just up there, up north, but rather it has come down south. It has come to our doorstep. We are losing our people on daily basis. Bright minds are being lost. We've seen the likes of the Dr. Akunyili, how he was killed some time ago. And such meetings, such programs, such discussions like these are aimed at bringing enlightenment, making people to see how unbeneficial these things are. The masses that encouraged by means of their actions or inactions will bear the consequences at the end of the day, because the perpetrators of this violence are benefiting from it.
All right. Sounds like he's having connectivity issue. Okay, go ahead. You're back.
Perpetrators of this violence are not considering their children. They are not considering generation unborn, but it is how much the violence is able to bring to them. And if they die in the process, so be. Us who are not, to those of us who are not ready to continue this way, we have to come together. We have to be able to talk to ourselves. We have to be able to ask ourselves which way forward. For how long will this continue? Sadly, it is in the hands of stakeholders where these things are happening, the hands of stakeholders and the politicians there, for them to have the political will to hold discussions that will lead to peace, to find out what is really happening and how do we caution this. Not looking for a way to benefit, not looking for a way to also champion their own interests. We've seen some statements coming from from the governors, coming from political office holders. We've seen statements, but the will of these people acting, these things have been, the crisis have been there. But when it started affecting them, that is when we start seeing these discussions in the National Assembly, and people want to act. People now want to do something because it's at their doorstep. But it goes beyond that. It goes beyond crying out. It goes beyond talking. Even recommending that everybody should be entitled to act is only going to escalate the problem. First, who are the ones causing perpetrating this violence? When we have the Niger Delta crisis, these people were engaged. They were identified and they were engaged. Have we been able to identify the perpetrators of this violence? Have they been engaged forcefully or through discussions? What has been done? It goes beyond coming out on the media press to tell people sit at home and don't sit at home, come out and don't come at home. If I happen to come out on the days when those people who are going on killing spree, if I come out on that very day and I am killed, it does that political statement gives me an assurance to life? The answer is no. What has been put in place in order for my life to be safeguarded at the end of the day? So you just trying to make sure that the state is the order, that people are not following orders or one criminal element or the other. You have to be able to do something enough, something beyond coming out to issue statement. People want to be assured of their security. People want to be assured of their, if you can assure them of their security and safety, assure them of platforms where they can channel their grievances and dissatisfaction, then they will be able to listen to you. Then they will feel safe. Let people be involved in the security architecture of our states. Let people, you don't go and look for some hungry men, people who want to do the security jobs because they are hungry, and you start placing them on salary, giving them
You can say that again, I know.
you see the failures of the Ekweago and all of that, it is because the people are not involved in the security of our land. So the political office holders, our stakeholders, religious leaders, they all have to be all-encompassing discussion, solutions for we to be safe. And this, mind you, this is not the ultimate solution. The ultimate solution is allowing the will of the people to prevail at the end of the day. What are the people agitating for? Why are the people aggrieved? If the people, the will of the people do not find expression, this is what we are going to be experiencing, because you don't have what it takes. Even the governors are not in control of the police. They are not in control of any significant security structure. So how do you now start enforcing state security? So until the will of the people, you are able to align correctly with the will of the people, these problems will always be there. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you very much for the opportunity to air my view this very evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. This is a little youngster that is reasoning more than the so-called papa and mama. No.
I tell you.
Sewing uniform, getting ready for 2023 election, and playing games, playing rush roulette with the lives of our people. So it's sad. It is sad when you have someone of this magnitude stuck in that region. Because this boy, if you give him chance, he may be the next one to take us to the moon.
Yep.
He may be the one to take us to whatever, the sky. I don't know where else we can go beyond that. And we have him trapped in a geographical space that the so-called irresponsible fools are there going back and forth. They don't know what they are doing. Like he said, they will go and hire Ebubago. Ega hire onye agụrụ na agụ kpọọ ya Ebuba, bunyekwuo ya aha, give him a title, Ebubago. You're already hungry, now you're Ebubago, double the hunger in your name, So it just sad. It goes in to show that the stooges are in charge. And there's the criminal element. They are the criminal element. They are the bandits that we are hearing of, working with the colonial masters. So tell me how we are going through all of these things, and we're being asked to raise funds everywhere you go. Oh, Ukraine needs help. We help Ukraine. You help. As if our lives don't count. And then when you think about it, our people don't care anyway. Our politicians don't care. The politicians in Ukraine, they are showing that they are men and women, speaking for their people, standing for their people.
They're benefiting from the system. Now, how will they care?
I know.
They're benefiting from the system.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, my brother and sisters. It's just heartbreaking. And then as you're trying to share this news, they are making sure that people don't get the information that they need to be able to do the right thing. That's how serious it is. But history will speak for us, because you will come back and hear us singing the same song over and over again for 100 years.
Yep.
So there's no deviation. You can't come and give us money and the story will change.
No.
The right thing must be done. We are insisting that the right thing must be done for the sake of our children, for the sake of our children. So thank you, Daniel, for that phone call. We appreciate your input. We have Sylvester Okoji saying, good evening, my sisters. Love what you guys are doing. Nigeria is bleeding and the old politicians are fast asleep. Should we even call them politicians or old bandits? The criminal partners with the colonial masters.
Yep.
They're not there to help you. The other one that is crying and want to take off his suit, maybe his ancestors are gonna pia cantanaba.
Or maybe he lost a friend.
Or maybe he lost a friend. Or he has his girlfriend waiting in Abuja hotel. He didn't have a route to get to the hotel. He shared a guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, the madman. And he already paid for the hotel. So here we are. People are just playing with the lives of our people, and the general public are just there listening. If only we can make use of these groups we've already formed. Our church groups, our village group, our older boys association group. Sit there and share vital information that will reset the brain of our people so that we will know what to do to save our collective lives. Is that too hard to ask for? Our God is not constipated and he's not in the toilet. He's busy drinking red wine. He's saying, until you guys receive sense, I will drop my cup of red wine and come and have a conversation. But as long as you guys are pretending like I'm constipated looking for latrine to go and use, you're on your own. You are on your own. So let's do the right thing. Let's get together. Let's understand the proposal on the table. Stop being sentimental with that phantom country you think you're going to get. And I can feel at that stage. You know, anybody that is giving us anything, whether you're asking us to get us PVC and telling us you're going, show us how you were going. After that, bring it to the table now, using English on the side. And the people that are supposed to be speaking are not speaking because they are too hungry. They are compromised. They will go on their radio show and their TV show and their YouTube show and say one thing else. When they finish, they will call you on the phone and say something else. That's them for you. Inconsistency. And then you're following them thinking they have you in mind, and they have you at heart. No, they are playing games with you. They are just another politician in the pretending to be a freedom fighter, pretending to love their people. They can even burst into singing and praying for you. Only to deceive you because of hunger, because of then they will endanger the lives of 70 million people. It's sad, my sister. Go ahead so we can.
It's sad, my dear. I think we've spoken enough. We'll just wrap up. Our people are passionate about self-determination, but they need to be informed. Like we keep saying, there's no amount of ignorance that will make the world to turn around and do the wrong thing. You need to be informed. You are invited to the platform of NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination. That's one of the conditions that UN 2007 for Declaration of Indigenous Peoples' Rights. That's one of the conditions. So we are following that protocol. If you are not following it, it will not stop us from moving on. We are moving on. You will just go where they will kill you, you will die, and we will continue to move on. So please stop calling our people into death. Stop doing things that will endanger our people. There is a better solution on the table. There is a better strategy on the table. And you know what? That evil you're doing, one day they will get hold of you like Adeyinka grandson. There is a time that you need to stop, and that time is now. Stop. There's no excuse for your criminality. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to join the Aladima, especially for our Igbo brothers and sisters. Come there and have your discussion. Come there and ask your questions. Come there and, if you are addicted to miracle freedom fighting, come there. We have the medication for it. I want a therapy to unhook your brain from freedom fighting, because that's what it has turned into. Yep. We are serious about this. We want your safety. We want you to be able to feel like, I need to go home and enjoy myself, because every time people are able to safely travel home, that's how you grow the economy.
Yep.
All these Barbados and Jamaica and all these places, when now we check our foreigners better. Because when I come in there with $300 and change it, I will have to spend it there before I leave. That is how you grow the economy. So you cannot turn our land where people will lotter and then they will hang at Abuja. I've heard a lot of our people that say, oh, I'm going home for Easter, but they say they are not going home. They say they are not going to the East.
People are moving out. People are moving out. Companies are moving out of the East. Companies, Akuruno people. Companies are moving out. People are moving out. The land is becoming desolate even more and more. What is freedom in that?
What freedom is exactly? So please, we want to do better on them. Stop using bottle and thinking it's going to go to the moon. No, the bottle will fall on your head and explode and you will die. Please, Ozugozian. Don't you ever collapse anything under one man that does not make sense to you. Something that you cannot question. I don't even care if the name is God, G-O-D, and you cannot ask him questions and get answers. Don't follow. Do not follow him. Do not. Don't let him sing, mesmerize you, use the gift of oratory. Now, don't buy into that. Don't buy into. I need to feel at that stage. Bikon. Nobody should command and control us. Not at this point in time. You need to do the right thing. Because that's how terrorists will come and control you. Command and control. If you're in our mind, you know, it's not dungeon in the terrorists. You won't know how to come out. We need to ask questions. Yeah, okay, let's go and check with the ground at that main road. When in the ground latch, they back and forth. Don't tell us move. Can you have them in charge? Go ahead. No, it's not good enough anymore. So join Ninas. Ninas is the way to go. You can ask questions. Questions about Uru. We don't want ignorant questions. Go and study what is being done. Then you can ask
question. No, I don't want question.
question. So bye, brothers and sisters. We love you guys. Thank you guys for holding on. Bye. See you next week.